Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to this week's Pinball FX Tournament Challenge. Today we'll be talking about the one ball challenge we had on Theater of Magic. And then for this week, we'll have a one ball challenge on Tales of the Arabian Nights. And the reason I chose that table is because it's very similar to Theater of Magic in a lot of ways. It's got captive balls, it's got these secret locks, these inner locks, it's got that magnet that helps you from draining in the out lane. Just like Theater of Magic has. It's also got a pretty cool like main attraction toy. It's got that genie that you can hit. But very similar to Theater of Magic, and so that's the reason why I chose it, and it's been a while. I think it's a great table to revisit. And so when we're talking about Theater of Magic, I think the thing that I get most out of doing these tournaments weekly, not only talking about the Williams tables, but also any of the tables on Pinball FX, any of the tables in the library, it's that I get something more each time I revisit these tables, right? And I think that's something that a lot of players, except for a few, don't really realize is that there's actually a lot going on and a lot of little intricacies of each table, right? Because when you play it in a tournament setting, your aim is to score high, right? Of course you want to have fun, but you kind of you play the game in the tournament setting to try to get a high score, and you kind of figure out that as you play. And so what you'll find is every time you go back to these tables, time and time again, you learn something new. Not just with the Easter eggs like I've been showing you guys on Theater of Magic, which I think are really cool, and there's a lot of them that the Williams programmers put into the tables, but just the rule set, just the strategies that you need to use to get these high scores, right? But the great thing that I really like and enjoy about Theater of Magic is that it's one of those, like, I call them evergreen tables, because they're just fun no matter how many times you play them. And it reminds me, it's interesting because this table was from 1995. And, you know, these later tables from Williams and Bally released in 95, 97, 98, like Monster Bash, Attack from Mars, Medieval Madness. All of these really, like, historically, like, fun tables, these popular tables, were all released in the mid to late 90s, just as pinball was kind of dying down. Arcades were also dying down as a result. And so one thing led to another where arcades, mom and pop arcades were dying down because you had that movement to, console gaming and bringing the arcade home. And we've talked about that idea before. But I just find it interesting that these really incredibly fun tables were released at the tail end of, Williams, essentially. I think Williams closed down in late 1999 or 2000, something like that. So really, it's kind of interesting because you kind of wonder. You have to ask yourself, well, what if Williams kept going, right? What if they didn't, sell the franchise to another manufacturer? What other tables could have been? So I always have found that interesting how some of these great tables were released in the tail end of Williams' lifespan as a pinball designer, pinball company. But one of the greatest things I think a lot of people enjoy about Theater of Magic is just the kind of the mechanics you have. You have that really cool treasure chest, that magic chest in the middle that is the center of the table, really. And the cool thing about it is that it can rotate. It rotates on its sides. You can lock a ball there for multi-ball. You can get a jackpot there. It's also got a magnetic lock where you can lock a third ball for multi-ball. And it's really the skill shot, right? After you plunge the ball, you have to hit the chest for that skill shot. So it's a really cool centerpiece, and it does a really good job because it is like the theme is that you're a novice magician, right? And so everyone who knows about magic shows and has ever been to a magic theater or show knows that the magic treasure chest is like one of the many like attractions, right? One of the tricks that they do. But so the player moves along the game and they have different illusions that they have to do, right? Which are really, some of them are really interesting, like the levitating woman, metamorphosis, the spirit cards. So it really gets down, I think, theme-wise, this idea of doing like these magician tricks, and you also have these vanish locks, and that's what I love about the table, is that there's so many different shots to make, so many things to figure out, so many things to kind of hone your skills on. It does also remind me of Capcom's. They had a table, was by Capcom. It was called Pinball Magic from Capcom, also released in 1995. So if you guys are familiar with that Capcom machine, you'll notice a lot of similarities. And I think the developers at Capcom got the idea from Theater of Magic. But if I had to choose between both of them, I would definitely choose Theater of Magic. I think Theater of Magic definitely blows that one out the water. But I still think the Capcom one is cool as well. But I really do like Theater of Magic. As far as gameplay goes, this is a table that was exciting for me for the first, I'd say, couple 30 tries. I don't know how many attempts I gave total. It would be cool to see that as a statistic if Zen Studios could like calibrate how many attempts I actually played. But as you know, the attempts got more and more, I realized that I couldn't beat my previous score of like, what was it, 700 something million, right? And I was trying everything. I took advice from Bally and Gapvik, I think. Just hitting the center ramp for magic, getting the magic multi-ball. But there was just, anytime I get close to beating my score, it just seemed like I would drain the ball out of pure nerves. And actually, Krobs in the comment section mentioned something about when he plays tournaments, sometimes he'll chew on a hard candy. And I had a bag of Jolly Ranchers, and I was going to chew on them and, as I played to see if it helped. And I think those kind of things do help, which I always find interesting is some people do different things that help them play or help their nerves, right? Because in a one-ball challenge, it does get nerve-wracking as the game progresses and you're close to beating your score, right? Because I think, especially for Theater of Magic, is that this table is a lot easier with 3 balls. Like, it's very easy to get, like, an extra ball, a replay, and when you have those things in your favor in your inventory, you're more confident to go into the next ball. But when you got a 1 ball, it's like every single shot matters, right? Whereas on the 3 ball, if you're on the first ball, you have 2 other balls and potential extra balls, right? I found that it was hard to beat I think I plateaued out no matter how many different things I tried. But what I liked about this table was there's many different things you can try. You can try hitting the orbits to spell theater, which increase your bonus multiplier, which is a big thing on Theater of Magic. But can be hard to do, especially when it loops around the other side. Of course, you can try the different illusions by hitting the chest and locking it in the magic chest, but a lot of times the illusions can be hard to do, and they might not award a lot. But multi-ball seems like the way to go here, and the center, shooting the center staircase was the thing. Another thing that I think makes the 3-ball version a lot funner for Theater of Magic is those the trapdoor, the basement awards. The basement awards on a 1 ball, I don't think you get anything. You only get like 15 million or so. So, when you play a 1 ball, the table is going to have, modified rules to, reflect the 1 ball. But that was something I noticed, that, really for a 1 ball, I think to score high, you have to go for the multi-ball and getting the jackpots through there. I was just reading that when the multi-ball starts, you have 5 seconds to get one of the balls into the treasure chest for 100 million. And that's why you hear the countdown, 5, 4. And so that's a lot of points if you can do that. But I usually never did that. Another thing I want to point out is that Soma mentioned this early in the week, how a great thing about Theater of Magic is the call-outs, how you have the announcers kind of directing the player where to shoot. So, and I think that's what makes this table so great, is that, the announcers are saying, shoot up the center ramp, shoot up the staircase, hit the trapdoor. And so that's what makes it really cool, and I think that's a good thing to note. But let's talk about the scores now. So this was an open tournament. We had 66 people, but I'm only going to mention the people I'm familiar with. But in our first place, we have Autobus with 4 billion points. And I want to mention something. If this counted towards the all-time leaderboard, Autobus would be in second in the all-time leaderboard for a one-ball challenge on Theater of Magic. The first place score is I think 6 billion from Wim's Lups Club. So just goes to show you that if this counted towards the all-time leaderboard, it would put Autobus in second. And in second place, Balchi 99 with 3 billion, close to 4 billion. It would put him in third place. So Balchi, I wanted to make sure I said that because Balchi has been suggesting for quite a while now that he thinks that these player-generated tournaments, the scores should also count for all time. And I thought the same thing, because if it's the same thing. It's just a tournament. Why not count it for the all-time leaderboard? So that's pretty crazy when you think about it, that Autobus would be in second in the all-time and Balchi would be in third in the all-time, just below Autobus here. But congratulations to Autobus. I did not expect Autobus to get first because Balchi actually was in first place for a while. And so I thought I was surprised to see Balchi in first. But congratulations to Autobus for that first place. And I think Autobus has a Twitch channel. So Draki was, kind of inviting people to the tournament, which is thank you to Draki for that. And he's been letting me know about other tournaments as well, so I just joined in one of Autobus's tournaments. And so congratulations to the first two. In third place, we have Goldfish Fishy, I think another streamer as well on Twitch, with 2 billion points. Congratulations to Goldfish Fishy. Fourth place, Pomor73 with 2 billion as well. Look how close this is. Look at this. This is like, what, a couple 100,000 here, right? And fifth place, we have Gap Vic with 2 billion as well. Also very close. So third, fourth, and fifth, very close. And Gap Vic was telling me in the comments how he pretty much he had enough of this table after a while, and I kind of got the same sense. You play this table enough, and it just, there's a point, there's like a curve where it's fun for the first time, and as the week goes on, it's like, okay, I've had enough. It starts to get frustrating, right? So just going down here, we have Krobs in 9th place with 1 billion points. Shout out to Krobs as well. And then in 10th place, we have Urko 1945 with 925 million, so close to 1 billion. I was telling Urko about this. I was like, you were so close, but that's still such a great score. So, and he got that fairly early on in the tournament as well. And then in 11th place, we have our friend Max Velocity with 895 million. In 12th place, we have UTD 4000 with 852 million points. In 13th place, we have Draki Barks, aka Michael _ 363 with 849 million, very close to 12th place. 14th place, we have Carpy Sun with 720 million. I always look at who's above me, who's below me, so I can tell where I am, and I bumped down from, I think, 13th to 15th, just because we had different people move up in spots. So that's the crazy thing about these tournaments, is that when you move up in spots, you also bump others down. So I was just focusing on beating 721 million just to get up, because if I think to myself, getting to 4 billion, I'll be less inclined, right? We have 16th place, Fabled Scarab 79 with 703 million, just below me. Bad Jack Daniels in 19th place with 621 millions. And you gotta love the Einstein, the thinking. It's my favorite. Going down, looking for any other names that I know. We have Pinball FX Fan, PFX Fan, with 423 million points. Going down the list here. Somatic in 33rd with 304 million points. Robozon in 34th with 300 million points, just 4 million below. Wombat in a Hat, my friend Wombat in a Hat, in 38th with 283 million points. That's a cool picture there. I like that. Let's go down here. And Geronimo in game, Daniel, in 49th place with 179 million points. Shout out to Geronimo. And I think that's all the names that I'm familiar with here. But thank you to everyone for participating. This was a huge turnout here. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed going back. I loved looking at the, finding out the Easter eggs. And so let's go back to a closed tournament. Again, continuing with Williams on Tales of the Arabian Nights. So we're in our Williams phase now. We've already done a lot of Williams tables. We've done Monster Bash, Medieval, Getaway, Theater of Magic. And we did a few Williams before, Indiana Jones, Addams Family, Star Trek. So we're on Arabian Nights right now. So we're going to go private here. Password is going to be 3500. Whoops. 3500 private. And I was thinking, should it just be a one ball, or should we go back to a classic mode or a time challenge or distance? But I'm just going to keep it a one ball for now. Unlimited players, unlimited attempts, and we're going to do 6 days. I messed up because last time I put it for 5 days, and it's a little too short. So 6 days was our normal, so I'm going to go back to 6. And let's go here. So we got 3500, 3500, private one ball, intense 6 days. Okay. So the tournament ID will be listed here. Let me just check. It's 5F45, and let's go here. Good luck, everyone. And in the week, I'll see if I can find any Easter eggs for you. All right, so the skill shot.
A most beautiful princess was imprisoned
Love
by
the artwork
evil
here.
genie Salim Bagazai.
You know, I would have really liked like an actual Aladdin Disney.
Oh, Master, I am ready to obey thee.
I cannot be defeated.
With like Robin Williams voicing the genie as well. That would have been awesome if that happened. But when you look at this table, also look at the similarities between this and Theater of Magic. Got the captive balls, you have those secret interlocks, crazy loops. Actually, this one you have 2 sets of captive balls. I didn't notice that. Got a little magnet there.
The Tale of Sinbad and the Rocks.
Shoot the left
Okay,
hand.
shoot for the jet bumpers. Ooh, that was close. Spelling Bazaar here?
Go for the bazaar.
Hold up. I want to go for the jet bumpers.
You are no match for my powers.
Oh man, this table can get intense. Okay, I'll go for Bazaar.
Have I got a love for you?
Light locks, okay.
The locks are lit. Banish the genie.
Wait, hold up.
Hurry up.
Nope. Okay.
Seize the power. Hurry, hurry.
Breathe.
Hurl the fireball back.
No, I want to lock the ball first.
Hurry up. Shoot
Whoa,
round
what is
to
that? I've never seen that.
Banish the genie. Spin the lamp to light a wish. The bazaar holds many
No, no. Okay, fireball was thrown.
You're amazing.
No, I saw that. Why didn't I nudge? One more time here, guys. I don't think that's going to be good for a one ball. Okay, one more time.
In ancient Baghdad,
I always forget about the skill shot, but I really like the skill shot. It's just like hitting it inside the snake basket.
This genie is powerful.
The tale of Scheherazade.
Go, the golden symbol.
Yellow shots, okay. This table, you know, it's really easy to see where you have to aim. But Theater of Magic was really good in... Come on, don't do that to me. Okay, we have to restart that. One more time. Third time's a charm.
in ancient Baghdad, beautiful
I am your genie.
I should probably do the skill shot. I should probably focus more on it
Great
because
shot.
you can get a super skill shot, I think. Table does remind me of Pasha.
I have big points for you.
The tale of Scheherazade.
Go, the golden symbols.
C4 symbols. There it is. I like this part here. No! Well, guys, thank you for watching me play this week's tournament on Tales of the Arabian Nights. I think this is going to be a fun table. Always like to revisit tables like this from the late 90s.
I challenge you
And
to another
yeah, let's have a
game.
conversation. Let's talk about this. Until next time, good luck and have fun, as always.